Every year, people turn what they know into a digital product, hit publish, and wait for the sales that never come. And a very small number build something that seriously changes their income. I was one of them, but it wasn't because I had the best product or the biggest audience. It worked because I understood one thing people miss before they build digital products for the first time. In this video, I'm going to show you what that is, why most digital products fail, and how to build one from scratch that people actually want to buy, even if you've never sold anything online before. I learned this from getting it wrong first, which means you get to skip the expensive mistake and build yours properly from day one. This one is different because it's not theory and it's not recycled advice from someone who's never had to figure it out under pressure. It took me over 20 years working hands-on with over 800 business owners, 2 failed businesses, and losing everything in the pandemic to learn this the hard way. You're going to get the part that matters in the next 13 minutes. Here's what the internet wants you to believe. You have the knowledge, you package it, you sell it, your life changes. And that can be true, but only if you build the product the right way. The problem is that most people start with the wrong question. They ask, how do I make the most money with the least effort? That question sounds smart, it sounds efficient, and it leads straight to a product people buy but never finish. Because the moment you optimize for your own revenue instead of your client's results, you build something that may look good on a sales page but disappoints in real life. Most digital products fail right there, and the cost is bigger than people realize. You spend months building something, people pay for it, and then most of them never get the outcome they bought it for. No results, no testimonials, no referrals. No reason to trust your next offer. I've seen this happen to a lot of promising businesses and came dangerously close to doing the exact same thing. Before you go any further, here's a question that matters. When you picture your digital product succeeding, are you thinking about the money coming in or the moment your clients get the result they actually paid for? Your answer tells you almost everything, because the people who focus on revenue first usually build something that sells. But the people who focus on clients' results first usually build something that lasts. I'm going to show you 5 shifts that changed how I built digital products. Not ideas I borrowed, not advice I copied. These are the exact shifts I used after the worst business crisis of my life to build a program that crossed $500,000 in year 2, got 90% of clients' results, and created a community people still pay to be a part of years later. They're simple, but they go against a lot of advice people follow when they build digital products for the first time. And the first one has nothing to do with content, platform, or marketing. It comes down to one question: what are you actually selling? Point number 1, the mindset shift is the product, not the content. Here's what almost nobody tells you when they talk about digital products. People usually don't fail because the content is bad. They fail because they hit the moment where doing the work starts to feel risky, uncomfortable, or bigger than they expected. And your product might give them the information, but not the support they actually need to keep going. I learned that building my program for music teachers. The content was strong, the modules were clear, the platform was professional, and people still got stuck. Not because they didn't understand the material, because they stopped believing they could do what the material required. They stopped believing they could implement it. One of my students, Yael, was a talented and experienced teacher. She had the skills, she cared deeply about her work, but for more than 20 years, she carried fear around money, pricing, and success. It didn't show up as, I'm afraid of success. It showed up when she had to charge what she was worth, ask clients to commit, and hold the ground around price. And that was the real problem, not the content, not the strategy, the belief underneath it. So we worked on that first. We changed what selling meant for her. Not pressure, not manipulation, just being clear about the value of what she could genuinely help people do. And once that shifted, the rest started to move too. And that's when I realized something very important. Content can tell people what to do, but if your product doesn't help them through the moments where doubt, fear, or old beliefs take over, information alone won't get them the results. So before you build another lesson, identify the 3 biggest belief problems your client is likely to hit on the way to the outcome you promised. Not tactical problems, belief problems. Things like, I'm not good enough to charge that, or my audience is too small, or people won't pay that much for what I do. Those are the moments your product needs to be built around. And no, that doesn't mean you need to be a therapist. It means you need to be the person who can say, I know why this feels hard and I know how to help you keep going. That's leadership. Point number 2, you don't need a team, you need a system that builds one for you. This is the part that stops a lot of people before they even begin. The second they hear words like mentors or team, they picture hiring, payroll, management, and the level of complexity they're not yet ready for. So they think, that's not for me, I'm doing this on my own. I get it, because in year 1, that was me too. It was just me and another person I trained to help with admin and student support. No big team, no hiring budget, no management background. By the end of that first year, we had close to 100 paying clients at a high ticket price point. But here's what changed everything. I didn't build a team first. I built a program that worked so well, it created the right people around it. And this is where support starts to build naturally. When your program gets people real results, some of those people don't just leave. Some of them want to stay involved. They become the best mentors for your next clients because they've just been through the exact problem your new students are about to face. So you don't need to train them, you just train them in the program. Their experience is recent, their confidence is earned, and when they say, I was exactly where you are not long ago, and here's what helped me, that carries real weight with your next students. So here's a practical piece. As people move through your program and get results, keep a simple list of names. Those are the people to watch, because later, when you need support, you won't have to guess who can you trust with your clients. You already know. And if you're thinking, what if they're not ready to mentor yet? They do not need to know everything. They just need to be far enough ahead to help someone take the next step. And that's how it starts. Not a big team, but a program that works well enough to create one. Point number 3, start with what you already say, then package it. This is the part people make far harder than it needs to be. They think building a digital product means inventing something from scratch, researching it, designing it, recording it perfectly, launching it exactly at the right time. So they keep planning, they keep tweaking, and they never ship. But here's the truth, you probably already have the product. You just haven't pulled it out of your real client work yet. Think about your last 10 client conversations. What did you keep explaining over and over again? What problem kept showing up? What did you say that consistently helped people move forward? That is where your product starts. I found this by accident when I built the first version of my program. I went back through months of client sessions looking for patterns, and they were obvious once I looked. The same fears kept coming up. The same questions showed up at the same stage. The same breakthroughs happened after the same conversations. That's when I realized I wasn't looking at random client moments. I was looking at the structure of my program. So here's the process. Step 1, extract. Go through your notes, calls, emails, and recordings. Pull out the moments that actually created movement. Don't organize them yet, just collect them. Step 2, cluster. Group similar patterns together, the same fears, same objections, the same breakthroughs. Those clusters become your core modules. Step 3, sequence. Ask yourself, if someone were starting from zero, what order would they need these ideas in to get the results? And that becomes your curriculum. Step 4, record. And do not wait for perfection. Your first version does not need to be polished. It needs to be clear, useful, and honest. This is also where people misuse AI. AI can help you organize what you already know. It can help you clean your structure, tighten your language, and package your ideas more clearly. What it cannot do is replace lived experience. It cannot give you the judgment that comes from trying something, watching it fail, fixing it, and seeing what actually works with real people. That part has to come from you. So use AI to package proven knowledge, not to fake it. And one more thing, you do not need a custom software to do this. Pick a platform that handles the basics, learn it properly, and stay there long enough to run the program well. Your clients are not buying because the dashboard looks impressive. They're buying because they believe that you can help them get results. And if part of you is thinking, what I know is not special enough, that is almost never true. What feels obvious to you usually feels obvious because you've lived it, tested it, and repeated it so many times that you no longer noticed how valuable it is. Your job now is to notice it. Point number 4, community isn't a bonus, it's your distribution channel. When most people add a community to a digital product, they treat it like a bonus, a group chat, a feed, a place to post wins, ask questions, and get the occasional reply. Nice in theory, usually forgettable in practice. I'd seen that pattern in a lot of programs I participated in. People posted, a few people responded, the creator dropped in now and then everybody went back to their own life. There was activity, but there was no real sense that people belonged to something. And that difference matters more than most creators realize. In my program, community isn't an extra. It's part of the main reason people get results. So from day one, interactions were built in. Small working groups, weekly accountability partners, a moment in every session where people share one win and the group celebrates it. We also created simple rituals. When someone signed a new client, they posted one word in the group, ka-ching. It sounds small, but it changed the culture. Wins became visible, progress became shared, and people stopped feeling like they were building alone. That's when real value starts to show up. Students began referring clients to each other, they started collaborating, they started working together, and they opened doors for each other that had nothing to do with me. And that changed my business entirely as well, because leaving the program no longer meant losing access to content. It meant losing access to relationships that were actually helping people get results. So when you design your program, do not ask, how do I add a community? Ask, how will people build trust, share language, and real connections from day one? Because belonging does not happen accidentally. It needs to be designed. And when you design it well, your community stops being a side feature and start being one of the main reasons people stay. And that brings us to point number 5. The real product isn't what you sell, it's what people don't want to leave. Most people building digital products focus on the sale. How do I get someone to buy? What should I charge? What kind of funnels do I need? Those are fair questions. They're just not the best place to start, because the creators who build something that lasts are asking a different question. Not how do I get people in, but what makes them want to stay. That changes everything. Because when your product works, you stop relying on constant marketing efforts, persuasion in your sales calls. You stop needing to explain your value from scratch every time. You stop competing on discounts. You build something people keep talking about because it actually helps them. That's what happens when a product delivers real transformation. People do not just stay, they refer others, they talk about it, they become proof that it works. And that is the real growth engine. The average digital product loses most people before they ever get the full result. Mine did the opposite, and it wasn't because of better marketing, luck, or a nicer platform. It was the result of the whole system working together. Mindset support built into the process, mentors who had already lived the journey, content building from real experience, a community designed for belonging, not just activity, and that is what creates retention, not pressure, not tricks. A product that works so well that people do not want to leave the environment that helped them grow. So before you launch, ask yourself, what will make someone finish this program and feel excited to stay connected to what comes next? Because when you build that from day one, retention stops being something you chase. It becomes a result of a product that keeps creating value. And if you're thinking my clients get what they need and move on, look closer. If they get real results, the result usually creates a new level, a new challenge, or a new opportunity. Your job is to see that next step early and build for it. All right, let me tie this together for you. These 5 things are not separate tactics. They are one system. Mindset support help people follow through. Content, give them the process. Mentors, help them through the hard parts. Community makes progress visible and shared. And when those 4 pieces are in place, retention is no longer something you have to force. People stay because the product keeps helping them. Take one part out and the result gets weaker. Build all 5 into the program and you do not just have something to sell. You have a business that people want to stay in, talk about, and grow through. If you have something worth turning into a digital product but you're not clear on how to build it the right way, book a call with me through the link in the description. We'll talk through where you are, what kind of product actually fits your experience, and what your next step should be. No hard sell, just a clear conversation about what makes sense for you. Building digital product changed my life, not because I packaged my knowledge and waited for the money to come in. It changed because I stopped asking, how do I make the most money money with the least effort and started asking, how do I create the most transformation with the resources I already have? I'm Ido Lederman. Thanks for sticking in. Good luck with your digital product, and I'll see you in the next video.